G'day trendsetters. In today's video I want to talk a little bit about celery and how I got to have this punnet of celery right here in front of me and why. To start with, I'll say I've never successfully grown celery from ℚ𝕃𝕼𝔸𝕊, and today I'm not doing seeds, I'm working out of a punnet as well anyhow. And because of that I did a Google search and came across quite a good, or what I considered quite a good article, and of all places it was on the SBS TV website. I'll put a link in the description below and you can follow it through. It details when to plant, why to plant, how to plant, soil preparation and all that sort of stuff, so I'm not going to bother you too much with that today. The second reason why I've got celery is that in the latest edition of Gardening Australia magazine they said plant celery now, and I've never really known when to plant celery, which is why I went to Google looking up and found the website. And what that website did say to me was that celery doesn't like the extreme heat or the extreme cold, i.e. frosts and stuff. So they're a great autumn plant to grow, and they're a great late winter, as long as you're not too frosty in late winter spring plant to grow. And seeing as now is early autumn, now's a great time to plant them. The problem I had is when I went down to buy this punnet of seedlings yesterday, they have been multi-sown, so they've dropped like a half a dozen seeds into each cell, and they've all struck, so I can't plant that. So, but I wasn't sure, so I went to my brain's trust and asked the question if I can plant these as they are, multi-sown, straight into the ground, or should I separate them into individual plants. And the answer I got back was basically a unanimous separate them into individual plants, which is what I'm doing today. I've got these little containers here, there's 10, they're a little 10 pack. So I'm going to separate these and plant them into there. Now, my brain's trust, if you're wondering, is a Facebook group that I started a little while ago, and it's called Toowoomba Area Backyard Vegetable Growers Group, something like that. I'll also link that in the description below, but they are a font of all wisdom. Veggie growing. Right, so all I need to do today is gently, as possible, tease these apart. I'm going to tear them apart, I just want to tease them apart. And I might just bring the camera in and see if we can get a little bit close up of that. Right, so just try and break up the root system down low, grab one off the side, and there's going to be tearing, it's not going to be pretty. These are probably a little bit bigger than I would have liked, but that's all they had. So we get down there close. Oh, it doesn't feel good. There you go. There's one. The propagation medium I've used is just a seed raising mix and with a bit of sifted quality potting mix. A little dibbler will help you in this task. Just feed the roots in and backfeed around. Right, and rinse and repeat. Sometimes if you want you can like pull it in half like so, and then half again, and then you're getting down to individual plants. Now these guys, I imagine, will sit here for 2, probably 3 weeks before I put them out into the garden. In the meantime, I will prepare the soil as recommended on the SBS website page that I told you about, and we'll be ready to plant. But that's my job straight after this. It looks rather harsh, but I've been assured that they can handle it. Now, if you've got any questions, you can ask me in the comments below, but I'll probably just be parroting what I've read in the article from SBS. But I'm more than happy to, okay, so just tease again, I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have. So down, I think that's the best way, down the middle again. Yep, I'm liking that. Alright, that's it, I've got a bit to do. I'll fill these 3 trays. Anything I've got left I'll probably take to the work garden and share it with them. Like I said, I'm going from here to start preparing the soil, so as in 2 or 3 weeks time these guys will be ready to go straight in the ground. Celery, I do know, like a lot of water and a lot of nutrients, so I will give these a good watering with a liquid fertiliser, and I'll do that weekly until they plant out, and I'll also water almost daily just to keep this really wet, because they're not going to mind at all. G'day trendsetters, so this is probably part 2 of the celery planting adventure I've been going on. Now this is where I will be planting them, which is all along here, and as you can see I've got a small shipload of self-sown Italian parsley. It's almost gotten to the stage where it's a weed or weedy. So that's got to come out. I'll do that, and then we'll get to the soil preparation part, which is the guts of this video, is how to prepare the soil, because on the website I was telling you about, it says under the heading soil, celery is a shallow-rooted plant with a high demand for water and nutrients. It grows best in a moist but well-drained soil that is organically rich. Add a minimum of half a barrow of compost or well-rotted manure per square metre and work it into the top 10-15 centimetre layer of soil. This will improve drainage and retain moisture around the root zone. Now I haven't got a half a barrow per square metre of compost, so I'm going to use a few other things, as well as some compost that I do have. Spread a handful of balanced organic fertiliser evenly per square metre and work that in too. Mound the soil to further improve drainage and water it well. Then leave it for a week before planting out seedlings. That's what we're doing. I won't mound my soil because my Toowoomba red soil just drains like a sieve anyhow. So that's it. First things first, this parsley has to go. And I'm going to use, a couple of weeks ago I went down to a market and saw Shogun tools because I really wanted one of these. It's a hori knife. I hope I'm saying that right. And I'm going to use it here instead of the Japanese weeding sickle, because parsley has, because it's related to the carrot, it has a strong deep root, and I just want to stab the ground and get this bloke out. So, like that. This is all going in the compost too, by the way. But if you want, these are a great little tool. I mean, you can use them for just about anything. I find it useful for dividing a lot of perennials, the rhubarb, asparagus, anything, because it's got this good sharp cutting edge on it, so you can get in, cut your perennials, even things like orchids. If you're dividing your orchid, just get in there, cut it up, all that sort of stuff. Great little tool. So yes, head on over. I'll leave a link in the description. I will leave a link in the description below for the ℏ𝕃 knife that you can get from Shogun Tools. And they're a great little local company, so I like to support them as much as I can. Their tools are all handmade, Japanese handmade, fully imported, and they operate out of Brisbane. All right, I think I'll be here for a while. I'll come back when I'm ready to do a little bit of soil preparation. All right, part 3, I guess. Now, all the self-sown parsley has been taken out, and I've got 2 buckets of compost to go in. This is probably about 2 square metres. So there'll be a bucket for each square metre. Then this is a product from Searles called 5-in-1. It's they call it an organic fertiliser, but if you can't get anything like this where you are, then just an organic soil improver of some kind, or if you're lucky enough, just an extra bucket of compost. But I don't have enough compost, so I'm using this, and just a plain old-fashioned bag of cow manure, which has probably got a lot of sawdust in it as well, but still the same. It's organic matter, it's organic material, it's all going into the soil. So I'll just spread that out, scratch it around a bit, level it off, fork it through. In about a week's time, which will be Easter for us, I'll add a fair whack of blood and bone, probably 2, maybe 3 handfuls per square metre on each metre, and then as soon as those little seedlings are ready, we'll bung them in the ground and water like mad, and see if I can grow celery for the first time in my life. So that's it. I'll get down to business. Oh, so there you go. It's still a little bit humid here, but that's going to be a great little celery patch, I hope. Based on my experience, I can't see why they wouldn't grow there and grow well. We'll find out. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It all helps my YouTube world go around. Hit the big thumbs up button. And I'm going to catch my breath and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Phew.